actually, what we managed to achieve in the last 2 days, I think, has been particularly significant. The one thing that we did yesterday, we certainly closed buildings. We had, in a sense, one of the first chances that we've had to speak to students in a very long time. And one of the points I've made to quite a lot of people, it's a bit ironic, isn't it, that as a lecturer, the only time I get a chance to have a proper conversation with my students is actually when I'm on strike. But that seems to be the truth. Mind you, I also pointed out as well, the other irony is I have to come into work early and not to go into work. And I'm sure that's the case with most of us. However, I think the last couple of days has shown that one, our unions are strong, we are not weak, and we've also shown that we are not fighting against our students, but actually we are standing shoulder to shoulder with our students, and they understand that. Because I am yet to receive from anybody, from any of the students that have gone in, or maybe the students that have decided to stay out and join us, I am yet to have anybody come up to me and say, you are damaging my education. What I've had from them is, please let us know what's going on, because our management aren't telling us. And once we let them know what's going on, they are actually saying, well, thank you for doing something. That's what we've had. And I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure everybody who's been picketing has had that experience. And in a sense, now what we need to do is this cannot be the end of it. As far as I'm concerned, really, this is restarting restarting our fight back. Which means that when we go back in on Monday, I think the very first thing we need to do is start organising joint union meetings for students. And I think we probably need to start doing that department or building by building. Because we need to, in a sense, we started to touch with some students. Now we need to have forums where those students can actually voice their own concerns, and where we can collectively decide what are we all going to do to save our university. So now I think we go back in there on Monday on the offensive. This is about saving the university, and actually, if management get in the way of that, we have to push them aside. It's all we can do. We now have to start really fighting back. So, please, somebody else, do you want to speak? And I think we should, don't we?
Very good. Shirley.
I just want to bring fraternal greetings from the Institute of Education, UCU, who are very much behind your struggle. We also have a struggle of our own with redundancies. Just to let comrades know that we passed a motion in the Institute of Education, UCU, not to cover for redundant colleagues. So I think that's important that we all do that. And in fact, I think it's also important that we join a united campaign across the major universities. They must not touch education provision, that they must not touch our jobs, and we need to be united together to fight, because if we just do little pockets, that divided we lose and united will win. So I really do encourage everybody here to join a London-wide campaign to save jobs and save university education.
Thank you very much. I should also point out, we've had tremendous support in terms of emails coming in, etc., from lots of UNISON and UCU branches, and actually individual workers in education, as well as lots of support from the Post Office Workers Union, who themselves will be out on strike next week and we will be supporting, from the RMT, from the PCS, from lots and lots of other trade unionists, because they know we're fighting to defend a public service. And let's face it, that's what a university is. We are a public service. We do serve our community, and therefore, you know, together we are very strong. And on that basis, it's with pleasure I'll introduce one of my students, because she's a computing student, who's going to say a little bit as well. Claire.
Trying to do is get the support of the student union. I've been very disappointed with the student union today, and I'm having to take it upon myself to rally the students and support the students as a student and inform the students about what's going on. I actually spoke to Bob Ayler today, and what I'm going to do is, he said if I email him, I might, because I asked him if the students were going to get an address from anyone from the higher level about what's going on, and if anybody is going to inform us. And he said that if I email him, he's going to try and set up a meeting so I could go and speak to the VC personally. So what I'm going to do with other students is meet up and try and arrange a big meeting. Staff will be more than welcome to come along as well, and I'm going to ask the students what their views and opinions about it and find out what questions they've got that they'd like me to ask the VC. And if I do get this appointment with him, I would like to ask the questions and find out, get answers for the questions that all the students are asking, because nobody's addressing us. We're having to do it ourselves. And I did ask for the student union to come and make a statement today, but I was told that the student union will be making a report. I haven't been told where that report's going to go to, who's going to get to see the report, or who's going to be making the report. But I'll be very interested to see if one actually does get made. So, thank you.
I think the only thing I'd like to add to Claire's point, we do know that the student union, the structure of the student union at this university, very different to lots of other universities, is actually controlled by our governors and by our management. So the student union, to a great extent, is actually, in some ways, at least structurally, in the pocket of management. And therefore, one of the things that I think our students need to do, and we need to support our students and encourage them to do so, is demand of their student union that they call student union meetings, where students can actually tell the student union who notionally represent them what they should be saying. Because at the end, you know, they were elected on something like 0.4% of a turnout. I mean, that's how pathetic the turnout was. What we've now got to say is you should be accountable to the students who you now notionally represent. At the very least, you should be calling student union meetings. You know, that's what we should be doing. All right, Max is going to say a little bit from UNISON.
Right.